Okie dokie, we are back. It's Ace Attorney, Justice for All once again, and we're heading into the second day of investigation in the Turnabout Big Top case. Where did we leave off? We just had Mo on the stand, and we found out that Max wasn't wearing his roses when Mo saw him with the ringmaster. And that's about all we learned, but yeah, like, I've got absolutely no idea where this case is going at the moment, because I feel like we haven't learned anything much so far, so hopefully we'll learn a bit more in this investigation. So let's get into it, shall we? I love that. Don't turn off the power. I'm on my PC. December 29, 3:03 p.m, Wright & Co. Law Offices. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. I'm just not good at it. Because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so that you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearlie showed was incredible. I don't have any... Hang on. My OBS is frozen and I can't tell if it's still recording or not, so bear with. Why can I never do anything in this damn computer without it going wrong, honestly? There we go, it's back. Can't do anything in this thing. Here we are. Oh. Yeah, what did he say? Pearl said a magic trick, and Maya says, let's see, it looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Oh my god, that's that thing from Witch, where she's like, I can't even do that trick where it looks like your thumb comes apart. I can't do it either. First, she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow, how'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm not good at it. Especially hard tricks, like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. God, the music's going wild. Okay. I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. Do you think he might be trying to frame Max? If that was it, he would have simply said, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that. Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trillo, Mo. They all have nothing nice to say. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? That doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume. Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. These are all true facts. Okay. Oh my god, the music goes so fucking wild here. Where do we gonna go first? Detention center, maybe? Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. Well, that's a while ago. Some people from a local TV station came by. They said that since I'm a famed magician, let's make your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Night of the murder. The night of the crime. You didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and a cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favour to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! A great joke! Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like that? But I've won on the world stage. I've won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I simply cannot tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That's the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who's a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Watch and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Grand Prix photo added to the court record. Okay. So that's all we've got to ask Max about. Did we ask him about any of the people? I can't remember. Ah, my sweetie pie princess. She must be really lonely with me all cooped up in here. Actually, she was laughing and rolling around with her tiger. She's my special someone, and I'm her special someone. Uh-huh. Very complex. Thumbs up show himself. Do you mind taking a look at this? Oh, do you mind taking a look at this? I guess I have no choice. But really, is this the proper time or place for this? He signed his own photo. Nick, You mind giving that to me when the case is over? Fuck off with your critical updates. By the way, just between you and I, he wasn't a bad guy at all. I can say that for sure. That's the first time I've ever heard you say something nice about someone, Max. You must have really been a nice guy. Did he say anything about, like, Francesca? This woman, huh? Well, my type of woman is a gentle sweetie pie. Let that mean what it means. Sounds like you're describing Regina. Well, he's definitely not describing Francesca. So, would you like to come up on stage with me sometime? Really? Is that really okay? I'll bring you up on stage to volunteer from the audience. Really? I'll give you something before the show, and then on stage you'll sneak it to me. Wait a second. He's planting her in the audience to rig a magic trick. Unfortunately, I don't take on apprentices. I mean, just look at the face on this one. It's not what I call fabulous. That's awfully harsh. Okay, same thing for him. And then a gumshoe? No. Okay. We shall move. And head to the circus. December 29th, Berry Big Circus, circus entrance. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row your boat. Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trello, this just isn't gonna work. You enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trello. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trello wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we were trying to sing in a round for our new ventriloquism act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. See, even they are surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once you got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. Oh, Lord. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted. Right, Ben? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such a sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. These sound like Taylor Swift lyrics. Yeah, I knew that. And poor Maya, she's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So how's this new routine working out? Well, you two just take a chill pill already. Our routines are secret. We're gonna take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Cello, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. You're right. Mark my words. I, Treloquist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to our glorious victory. Not to rain your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You gotta be part of this too. Okay, that was all weird. Oh, okay. Let's see. Backed up. December 29th, Berry Big Circus, Big Top. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers. Okay, so she's not here. We try the lodging house. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? Nah, I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Ms. Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Being bossed around by a woman, I know how you feel. Let me tell you something, pal. Listen to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to more herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up. 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 Looks like she's wound him pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. How's that possible? According to the clown, the criminal jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened. It means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. He lives in that room behind the window up there. The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Very soon, Ms. Von Karma's going to start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Oh no, we would never do that. Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Let's see if Mo's saying anything. December 29th, Lodging Hall, 1st floor, Mo's room. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Aha, ha, ha, ha. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. Okay. Cafeteria, maybe? Ah, right. Welcome to the wonderful, fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction? Bzz, wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girly? I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they're in the cafeteria. Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. Ah ha 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 ha. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice. He's also being weird. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For this instance, it was such a tough crowd last night, I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story, and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. You even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no circus joke. Exactly! How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? Are you 100% sure about your testimonies today? I saw what I saw, I swear. That creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me pause into Max. I don't see a sight clock. He must be telling the truth. Okay, can we show him anything? Will he do anything with the profiles? I can't stand Max and his attitude sometimes. I know. But lately, huh? It's just, lately I've started to understand what he's always going on about. What is it then? Well, I'm not sure if I can explain it all that well just yet. Just when you think it's impossible, Mo flashes a glimpse of maturity. Okay, that was random. That's Ringmaster's daughter, yeah, ever since she was a little girl. Yeah, we've read these before. Okay. Wonder if he's anything to say about Von Karma. Sorry, but I don't know anything about that. After all, I'm just a clown. I can see he was a clown, but I get the feeling he's not your average clown. Okay. Okay, the Ringmaster's room, maybe? Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that? Maybe it was cold or something. Okay, nothing in here then. Maybe back to the detention center? Because I feel like I've talked to everyone here. No. I don't know. Where do I need to go now? Hold on. Oh, I was supposed to show the Grand Prix photo to Mo. It did not occur to me. Right, you. Look at the photo. Ah, not this not this picture. You showed it to you guys too? Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh god, I'm yawning again. Wonderful. I went out earlier and I had a frappe, and dairy makes me sleepy, so... I mean, bad choices, but it was delicious, so... What can you do? He... Oh yeah. He didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. He's got a big bust. I like big busts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Alrighty. Okay, right, and I asked him the stuff. Oh, wait, I need to ask him about the bust. Okay, right, Max's bust. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. Oh, the one that's not got anything on it. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh, yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bust disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Sometimes Maya gives big I'm in my mum's car vibes, you know? She's out there like, I'm in Phoenix's car! Get out me car! Aww. Max G bust. I just got record. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or if he's setting up a bad joke. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. Quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there is this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us. What changed? Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? Horns. I don't know what it said, but I could see its title. Yikes! It says, to the murderer. A murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? Morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yeah, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? That is weird. That is very weird. I don't have an explanation for that one. Nick, I think this is a very important clue. Yeah, I think so too. When you find out about a paper that says to the murderer on it, in a murder investigation, that's probably important. Okay. Oh, do we know what the note says? Is there any more of it? Or does it just say to the murderer? Goes to the cafeteria and then states to the murderer. I'm going to quickly plug this in. It says half a battery, but it lies. Trust me, it lies. Okay, right. Where do we want to go next then? You may want to talk to Max about this. Move to the detention center. Yeah, that's probably a good call now. You are correct. We will do that. I'll close my strategy wiki for now. Sometimes you just get so stuck in this game because you just don't... There's a lot of times there's just like no clue about what you're supposed to do. It just kind of hopes that you're gonna stumble across the solution. Right, if I got options... Nope, but I can probably show them the picture of the bust. What about this? Fabulous! You'd like me to sign this for you? Oh. Cool, he did nothing with that. That's fun. Okay, show him the note. Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company. I guess it wasn't really a company. It was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Oh, that's what they saw a bit of paper in his coat, and Phoenix told Maya not to go rifling in his pockets. But, I mean, I feel like when someone's dead and they've been murdered, it's probably the right time to go rifling in someone's pockets. If there's ever a right time, that is the time. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Lovely. Right, okay, so we want to go back to the ringmaster's room then. Ringmaster's room. Examine. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. And let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it! It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet at 10 PM tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Wait, what? Tonight at 10 PM? That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. So the ringmaster killed someone? The ringmaster himself was a murderer and someone murdered him in retaliation at a meeting that he called him to when he put a thing on the bulletin board? I mean, for the bulletin to be on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, the person would have to be staff. So someone at the circus figured out that the ringmaster was a murderer, called him out, and then murdered him as well? I guess is the path we're going down here? Not updated in the court record. Alrighty then. They said we want to talk to Regina, but I don't know where she is, because we haven't bumped into her yet. Anywhere. But I suppose we could maybe ask, like, Mo or something about it, maybe? Oh. What? Mo's gone. There's a message in the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger. Bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner. Bad. Okay. So... Jinky might be in his room? That's the entrance. I think I can show him the note and see if he has anything to say about it. Would you mind taking a look at this? Nope, he has no- I love it. He has nothing to say about a note about a murder that was on the bulletin board at work. That's of no interest to him whatsoever. That is not information he gives a shit about. Okay, Gumshoe's got something to say. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I'm done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Beep beep. God, that's annoying. Nick, what is that? That beeping sound? It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Quick. See you, pal! I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. I love it. The fact that she beeps implies that either she can, like, manipulate radio waves like that way when you used to get a text and it fucked up your computer speakers, or she's a robot and she just makes that noise. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Oh god, I always forget Francisca's like 18 or something. I always think she's about like 25. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. Oh lord. That whip could cut right through me. Von Karma. She really did appear. It was a battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? Ha! National news. You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overstating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Can I talk to her? Oh, I do. I can. Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something, eh? Ha! I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags in your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? A conclusive witness? You must mean the acrobat, right? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad's. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this or any other conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. Ooh. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Oh yeah, that makes them older than her. That makes no sense. Edgeworth. There's the boy! The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he's gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death. Edgeworth is not dead! After that case, Edgeworth was in a peculiar state, and he got worse every day. He never set foot in court again. And then, one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was right after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honourable name von Karma. I'm going to find him. Then, I'm going to teach him the difference between right and wrong with my own hands. Nick, about Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Von Karma? What? I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick, let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Holy shit, that was a lot to take in. That got dark. So, Francisca and Miles were close when they were younger, I guess. She says she sees him like a little brother, even though she's younger than him, so that's a bit odd. But, and she's mad that Phoenix destroyed his career and her dad's career, so she's angry. But particularly the fact that he ruined Edgeworth's career and Edgeworth has disappeared into the ether. She doesn't think that Edgeworth is dead, neither do I. And she hopes that somehow she will get to see him again. And I don't know, she thinks that if she gets the win on this case and it gets in the global news, then he'll read it and come home, I guess. But I don't know if that will pan out for her, but you know. Oh right, we've got a new room, Acro's room. Oh, right, that's where the monkey is. Yeah, the pile. Oh, hi. The pile of stuff that the monkey stole. Acro's room. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. Ken Dingling. Okay. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. I'm going to call him Acro, because I'm not going to call him Ken Dingling, for the love of God. Mr. Acro. How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well? That's right. I mainly perform in the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform is in my wheelchair. Okay. I hate carnival fucking music. It's so Sims making magic. Berry Big Circus. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina's so cute. She's truly a princess. Maya's in love with Regina. Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during an acrobatic session, right? Ooh! Ooh, he's got something to hide! A sight clock! It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's in your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's almost been 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? Okay. I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course, I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see, the scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought you'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying. I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick. I'm going to pause very, very quickly. Give me just a sec. I know that when I pause, time doesn't move for you, but just give me a second. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Right. Oh wait, I wonder if he says anything for the profiles. You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. What about you, Acro? I've got my issues with him as well. But he just also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul. A diamond shining in his soul? I guess you could say it is his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to this circus when he came. Acro? This guy's really different from the other members of the circus. He is curious. He's the only person so far that's had anything nice to say about Max. I was hoping you could shed some light on Ben. Well, he'll always be here. And as long as he's here, he can really only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I can't really say. Is he got anything to say about Von Karma? Mr. Wright, I just realised who you remind me of. You're just like this prosecutor. What? You and the prosecutor have the same glint in your eyes. You're joking, right? You think I'm like that whip-carrying demon? Whoa, no need to get so hostile about it. You two may view things from very different perspectives, for now. But you both see the world through the same colour-tinted glasses. I know, because when I look at people, their eyes are the only things I can believe in. Nick and Von Karma, huh? Lately I've been confined to this room, so I don't have a clue what's going on with the circus. Okay. The ringmaster. He was even more than a father to me. When he took me in, the circus was in a bad shape. It was obvious that he had no real way of supporting us. Who does he mean by us? Is that why you started with acrobatics? Back then, I was only 9 years old. I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in. Having a kid in the circus was probably the last thing in the world that he wanted. I just wanted to be helpful, so I could help the ringmaster. That's such a nice story. The ringmaster really believed in Mo, 100%. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster's gone? The beginning of the Lawrence Curls era, I suppose. I wonder if it's really alright to let Mo run the show. Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect. You can see right through me. Aw, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're an attorney. What does he mean by we don't know much about Mo? Oh, he doesn't know anything about that. What does he mean? Is he suggesting that Mo wanted to take over the circus? Oh, I was going to see if Mo was about. He is not. Fair enough. Right. So I need to find Regina. Right. She's a pier jet. Oh, okay. Oh my god, it's the tiger. Grrr. I've got a bad feeling about this. Grr. Oh, hold on. I just need to answer a text. So Tony the Tiger's back. Wonderful. Today's special must be Filet-O-Phoenix. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. Mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? God, she's so happy all the time, man. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was! I love my dad so much! I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star. That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kinda sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. And just to go back and clear something up, why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. What are spangles? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Oh, that was Regina. When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my dress back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. But of course. But thou must. Leave it all up to us. There's no way I could turn down that request. Yay! You're really gonna do it? Does she have anything to say about that note? I never showed that note to what's his name? Acro, maybe I should have. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro as breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realised the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. So was it not meant to be on the bulletin board? The person didn't actually... So it could have... Someone could have read it and got the wrong impression. Because the person who put it up there wasn't actually meaning it to be on the bulletin board. Which also makes me feel like I should probably ask Acro about it. I probably should have asked him about it before anyway, but... God, it takes so long to move around, and that's what drives me mad. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. And his birds flew away. It's got something to do with her. Then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina. Ask her about it. I already did! I really like his little lovebirds though. Or is that looks like a lovebird, that looks like it could be like a cockatiel, whichever you call it. I already talked to her about it. God's sake, you're useless, Acro. You're no help at all. You're no help behind the door. Where do I want to go now? What are my options here? I don't know. Where do I want to go now? Oh. Apparently I'm supposed to present her more stuff. Well... Oh, it also says it updated the note. I did not notice. Yeah, found in Regina's pocket. Okay. It says present the present the small seasoning bottle. Like, how am I supposed to figure that out? How am I supposed to know I'm supposed to show her the fucking seasoning bottle unless you want me to show her every bit of evidence and hope that something sticks? I've not got all day here. Strictly Come Dancing's on later. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria. Huh? It's from the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Why was that useful? How was that useful? How was that useful information? God damn it, okay. Time to look for the stage costume, go to Mo's room. Okay, dokie, we'll do that then. That music's really annoying. Mo's room. Okay, dokie, here we go. We are getting there, I think. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick, you're scaring me. Oh, for the love of God, it's Money the monkey. Nick, it's Money! That monkey's gotten his hands on something again. That's it, that's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey, attorney style. What the fuck? Give it back, monkey brain! That means a lot to Regina. A real man wouldn't make a little girl cry. Yikes! Wah! Did Phoenix just get murdered? I tried to have a man-to-man talk with him. I really did. You know, man-to-man isn't really accurate. It was more like man-to-monkey. Nick, what's that? I swiped it when Money was distracted. Really? You're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it, let me see it. Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you in at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, I guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Interesting comments. Also, stop fat shaming Maya, Phoenix, you dick. She's not fat at all. Fucking lay off the burgers. You lay off the burgers, spiky head. Right. Yeah, we want to go give that back to Thingy Regina. It means I have to hear that music again. Alright, Sakura, we've got your thing. Take it back. Here you go, Regina. Yay! Thank you! You really got it back for me! Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt too much in front of this girl. Stop lusting over a 16-year-old, the lot of you! Holy goddamn hell! Hey, Regina! She's the only one who's allowed because she's like 18 or something. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion... Oh, you know the lion she told us about? Oh, the one that someone killed. Oh, is that what they meant by murderer? Did they mean someone killed Leon the lion? And was it the ringmaster? And is that why he told her that everyone just goes to be a star in heaven to try and make her feel better with the fact that he murdered her pet cat, I guess, kind of. That makes more sense. Okay. Leon. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right. My dad killed him. So her dad did kill him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth. You know, gwah. Uh-huh. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Oh, poor thing. Leon has been added to the court records. This is just a fucking giant lion in the court records! Why is the monkey, like, quite animated, but the lion is, like, an actual lion face? The animal shows lion, shot by the ringmaster 6 months ago for biting a performer. 6 months ago was also when Acro got his injuries during practice. So did the lion bite Acro, and the ringmaster killed the lion for biting Acro? But even so then, who's setting him up for murder? Because then you wouldn't think it would be Acro, because he would probably not be too upset about the fact that the ringmaster killed the lion who bit him and made him a paraplegic. And it doesn't seem to be Regina, because she just seems to be away with the damn fairies. I have no clue. I have no idea where this is going. This one, like, remember in the last case how I said, like, from, like, that is set, as soon as he said the thing about her face and having to reconstruct it from a picture, I was like, she's her sister. And this one, I've got absolutely no idea where it's going. I've not got a clue. I can't figure this one out at all. Right. It says move to the cafeteria. I've given up caring about trying to figure out where I need to go here. Cafeteria, Mo's back. Cool. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello. Welcome to the Bistro du Cirque at the aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here. Those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. Hey, that's what I named one of my restaurants in The Sims 4 when I got the Dine Out pack, which was a decision. But, you know, I got Dine Out and I made a burger restaurant called it Hamburger Heaven. Oh, fun. What happened to my mouth? Fun times is what I was trying to say. I'm hungry, alright? I'm wilting here. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Well, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. I'm making chicken and chips right now. I want burgers. Damn you all. I passed a Burger King today and I could have well eaten a Burger King. Right. Now that the Ringmaster is gone, what are you gonna do? That's all I thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but when the murder happened, he was livid. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yeah, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the Ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo? All that's left is to see if everyone would get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy? You know. What's he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it, it's nothing. Nothing at all. I thought he meant the tragedy... Yeah, I was gonna say the tragic death of the Ringmaster, I thought was what he was meaning. I'm guessing he's not, though. Yes, that's it. You're right, girly. I feel like she's not, but I have no idea what you're actually talking about. Dang, correctamundo. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? Ugh, no, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone would get over it seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Eek, 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 eek. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Oh. Hell yeah, he's probably talking about the Leon the Lion incident. Everything seems to come back to Leon the Lion. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, eh? Okay. Okie dokie. We're getting somewhere now. Hang on. Okay, let's see if we can do anything with his sight clocks. If not, we'll come back later. Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there! Some juicy burgers! Let's eat instead! Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kinda got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? Leon the Lion! Leon the hyper-realistic lion! What? Oh my god, have I still only got half a bar? Fuck this. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a performance, right? What? Yeah. I told them so many times. You shouldn't be doing dangerous performances like that. Putting their head inside of Leon's mouth was part of an act? But Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the Ringmaster went along. He could never say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person you promised you wouldn't say anything? It has to be Acro, right? It must have been Acro and that's how he ended up paraplegic. It must have been Acro, right? How did you know? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the Ringmaster. No, no way. I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Yay, we did it! Oh, yay! Got a full bar again, thank God. Oh, it's fireworks night tonight, and I can already hear them starting. It's just like you said, you know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive. But when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lay in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. Who's this then? That's not Acro. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down at the same time. Oh, did they both get caught up in the lion accident? Who's Acro's younger brother? Sean Dingling. Fucking Dingling. Sean Dingling, but everyone called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina. Oh, for the love of God, this girl! He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. You're telling me. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why'd you do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look in his face. He was smiling. He? You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. What the hell? Some sick grin. What the fuck is going on? No way. That's impossible. A smirking lion. A flying murderer. Why does it seem there's always Mo who catches all of these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka 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 shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Achoo! Achoo! Nice! Oh, wonderful sneeze! Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and slipping a banana. That's basic clownmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Heh. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does! Bat would always tease her with pepper. Bat? From my point of view, these two always looked so perfect together. They look perfect together, huh? Okay, well that was a lot to take in. What does it say about Bat? Bit in the head 6 months ago while Leon's still in a coma. Seriously injured both legs while training 6 months ago. Okay. So we should probably go and talk to Acro now. And now that we know that he's got a brother. Acro's room. Ah, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was injured in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Okay, I probably just want to go straight into the Magatama. about the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Should I show the lion again? Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Yeah, nice. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. I'm not sure if attack is the best word to be using. You must have battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. But... it was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Yeah! Mo. He must have told you. Yeah, we learned about Matt from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue? Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down at the same time. Cut down at the same time. That was where he slipped. And that's how I figured it out. You two ended up wrapped up in the same accident together. Like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's psych lock. He must have an incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe something you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. Maybe something you don't seem to like much. What does that mean? What does that mean? Wait, what? Present Regina's profile? Really? I mean, I suppose he doesn't like Regina much, but... Okay. Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking? Oh, the fact that he put the letter in her pocket. I forgot all about that. Yeah. Maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Yeah, she went into his room and he put that murderer letter in her pocket. Where did you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro as breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Yay! Woo! Unlocked successful! And I've got my full bar for going into the trial, and I fucked it up last time, so I'm probably gonna need it. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane! Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too. But that lion was very old to begin with, and age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing, and that's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how he ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Regina and Bat. Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. The scarf was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. What? When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know, Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Why'd I get the feeling this is Francesca? There we are. Von Karma? I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Fucking fireworks. Preparations? I've served a summons on Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. I mean, that makes sense. He probably has someone you want to have in court. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. So, what I'm thinking right now... Oh, yes, right, okay. So, Regina gave him a scarf. And Acro thinks that the scarf somehow encouraged Leon to bite Bat's head when he put his head into the lion's mouth. So she deliberately gave him the scarf so that when he put his head into the lion's mouth, the lion would bite him. Now, he didn't die, but he is in a coma and they don't know if he's going to wake up. So he is currently kind of Schrodinger's bat at the moment because he's like stuck between life and death. So Acro wrote the thing for Regina and put it in her pocket, not so she would put it on the bulletin board, but because he wanted her to read it, and basically said, you're a murderer because you killed Bat, because you got Leon to bite down on Bat's head, and even though he didn't die, you were trying to kill him, he's stuck in a coma, you're a murderer. Catch me outside, how about that, at 10 p.m. But that doesn't help me figure out who killed the ringmaster. That helps me figure out what happened 6 months ago. So Acro hates Regina because he thinks that Regina got Bat killed. I don't know if she did or she didn't, but that's what he thinks. Mo maybe thinks the same thing, I'm not sure. I don't think so because he seems to like Regina. But I don't know how any of this plays into the murder of the ringmaster. I really don't. I don't know what any of that has to do. I don't know why he brought a box. I don't know why Max was there flying. I don't know why the ringmaster went out at 10 p.m. when he saw the bulletin if it had nothing to do with him. I really don't know. Unless he saw the thing, thought it referred to Leon, so he went out at 10 p.m. I don't know what any of this actually is leading up to, but this is the information I have so far. This is where I'm at right now in the case. I don't know the answer to any of it. So, hopefully next time when we start the trial, some of this will start to come together into some sort of narrative, because right now I am just confused. But yeah, thank you for being here, thank you for sticking around, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone. Oh, better save first. Better make sure I don't forget to do that. Okay. Bye, everyone.